Hi guys, this is my scales review. So I'm going to be talking about the scales that I've owned in the last 18 months. Those are the Korum digital scales, the Korda digital scales, the Korda analog scales with Reuben Heaton, and lastly the deeper digital scales that I got free when I bought a deeper. So for me personally, the weight of a fish is super important, or the accurate weight of a fish, I should say. Um, I'm only fishing for myself, and I don't want to cheat myself. A £1 15-ounce roach is not a £2 roach. I fish for everything, so I was looking for some scales that could accurately weigh something like from a 6-ounce dace up to £40 carp if I was so lucky. I started with the Korum digital scales. I think they're about £35. I love Korum stuff. I've got loads of the rods, the chair, the luggage, the terminal tackle. It suits my style of angling because I fish for everything, and I really do love Korum, but there's no point in me doing this review if I'm not going to be honest. So unfortunately, the Korum scales I wasn't happy with them. They were very inconsistent with the results. The same fish would weigh four different weights over 4 different attempts. The same with trying to zero the sling. I didn't like him, and I spoke to a bailiff on my club water. He'd had similar experiences, and I couldn't trust them, and so unfortunately I got rid of those. I then went on and bought the Korda digital scales. I think these were £90. So going from sort of 35 to £40 to £90, I was hoping that this would give me this accuracy that was so important to me. And unfortunately, first time out, they just didn't work. If they took a knock from the side, they just went off. I had an absolute nightmare trying to weigh my first carp, which turned out to be like a £23 mirror, lovely fish, and I just had an absolute nightmare. And those went back to the shop. Now I don't know if my experiences with the Korum ones, and maybe it was just a bad batch, but for £90 we should be getting an accurate weight. But I took them back to the shop and I exchanged them for the Korda analog scales. Now since then, I haven't actually had to use the scales that often, mainly because I got these free when I bought a deeper. But when I have used them, they've been great. And I used analog scales previously, Reuben Heaton's, I think they're Millennium ones. And these just are great. It's easy to zero the sling, put the fish on. With the digital ones, I found that they kept resetting. So zeroing the sling was almost impossible. So I had to weigh the fish with the sling, then weigh the sling afterwards. Not the best. So these Korda scales, £80 off the top of my head. So a little bit cheaper than digital ones, and they're great. However, they are a bit bulky. They go up to 120. I've been lucky enough to catch a £47 catfish, and I do fish for catfish, so I kind of wanted something that would be able to weigh bigger fish if possible. But obviously, I don't really want to take this to the river for a grayling or something like that. As it happened, when I bought a deeper, I got these for free. And they've been brilliant. They're super consistent, as you can see, backlit. And they've been great, and they're small. They've even got a tape measure, if I can find it, while I'm trying to film. So they're, yeah, there you go, in the pocket there. So you can weigh your fish. And they've been super, sorry, just trying to push that back in. And they've been super accurate. So guys, in summary, it's a bit difficult for me to say because I kind of feel like analog is the way to go. However, I've had no problems with the deeper digitals, so I'm not sure what to say. Now, I'm guessing that the Korda digital ones that I had for £90, I just had a faulty set. For that money, they should be accurate, they should be working. I think I just had a bad set. But having had the Korum ones before, I just didn't want to take a risk, and that's why I went with the analog ones. I'm perfectly happy with the analog ones, but this, like I've said before, is not the best for taking when you're float fishing for smaller fish. So I did plan on buying something like an Avon set of scales, analog ones, but because I've had this free and it works so well, at the minute I'm gonna stick with these two until I have any problems.